What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I got some music in the background because I needed to drown out some music that's already in the other background. Blackwings, an archetype that I've had on my channel for a long period of time, and completely forgot that I had a build ready for you guys because of what was going on with the legendary 5D's structure decks that came out last month in November. I was supposed to follow up with something for Blackwing, Stardust, and Plant Rose Dragon, but I'll be very honest with you, with everything else going on, I could not focus on it. And I think this was just a mosh build that I had compiled. So if you want a more constructed build, I would suggest looking on YouTube. If you want something for more of the competitive scene, that's where you go. If you're just looking for something casual, I guess this would be it if you just want to run what was in the structured decks. And then if that's the case too, if you just want something for maybe like older formats like Genesis or even Edison, I would highly suggest looking into those as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and just go through this because I think I spent enough time on it. So full deck, starting off with the monsters, 3 copies of Simon, the Poisonous Wind, 3 copies of Shamal, the Sandstorm, 3 copies of Shadrai, the Phantom Glimmer, 3 copies of Vata, the Emblem of Wanding, 3 copies of Chinook, the Snow Blast, 2 copies of Bora, 2 copies of Shinog, 1 copy of Osiris, and 1 copy of Hermatine. Then 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Droll, and 3 copies of Phalos. From there are the spells and traps. I have 3 copies of Black Whirlwind, 2 copies of Black Feather Whirlwind, and 1 copy of Call by the Grave. Then for the traps are 3 copies of Infinity Impermanence and 1 copy of Blackwing Twin Shadow. So that is literally all the spells and all the spells, traps, and monsters that are in the main deck. Alright, we're now going to go ahead and move into the extra, where the extra deck itself is basically just a constant repeats in there. 3 copies of Black Winged Assault Dragon, followed by 3 copies of Black Winged Dragon, and then 3 copies of Blackwing Bora Storm, the Wicked Wind. 2 copies of Blackwing Full Armor Master, with 1 copy of Nothing, the Starlight, Blackwing Armwing, Blackwing Armor Master. Actually, let me line this up so I can look a little more presentable. There we go. And then Blackwing Silverwind, the Ascendant. Literally, all of the extra monsters you can potentially use here for Blackwing. And they all come in the structure deck, and that's something. There are a couple other Blackwings, of course. So this is not a full competitive build or a more so hey, this is what was in the 3 structure decks, let's put it together. I commend the 3 starter decks, or structure decks, for putting all of this together to make it possible for newer players to start playing Blackwing, or older players to have some nostalgic feel. If you want more constructive stuff for, like I said earlier, for Edison or for Genesis, or maybe even for the modern format using the newer cards, I highly suggest looking for that on YouTube, because I cannot provide that to you, but what I can provide you is at least a somewhat of a skeleton, if you will, if you wanted to play around with that. I have other things to get ready for and to do, so I'm going to leave it at that. I do want to thank you guys so much for your contribution to this channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Hitting the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content, and of course, socials are in the description box below. So with that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. And HPJ signing out. Take care.